here is the Magegee. I think I'm saying that right. Is the branding? Yeah, so this right here is the Magegee 75%, but this is TKL. I don't know why it's called 75%. So that's what it's called on Amazon. So yeah. But anyways, I got brown switches, but they came in blue switches, which annoys me. But oh well. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a review on this keyboard because I want to start doing tech stuff that I actually want to do instead of just reviewing stuff that I don't have. Oh, by the way, mints. So, yeah. Here's the issue though. There's a lot of issues with this keyboard, and I'm not really happy with what I got because you see, as you can see, it's a pretty nice design. This is my current keyboard from the exact same brand. They both don't have RGB, they only have white coloring. But here's the thing. This one's custom and costs the exact same as this. This cost about $30 US. And this, which I got from Temu, I'm not happy that I got it from Temu. I also got the switches from Temu, and this is what this sounds like. So, sounds good. Decent, I guess. Whereas this one sounds like this. Now, the spacebar is my biggest issue because it's just a really nice rattly sound. The keycaps I also customized as well, so it's a bit off, but it works perfectly fine. Wonderful, my dog's complaining, so I got 30 seconds. So, this does have feet, which is good. So, that's the good news. It doesn't come with a detachable USB, whereas this one does. So that's the good news. Yeah, this comes in like white or blue, I guess. So, yeah, let's think. My only issue with this is that it's overpriced for what I paid for it. This, I would say, is like a very budget keyboard. But the price... the price isn't worth it compared to like other keyboards, which I will be putting them up right now, because this is what I would suggest for a TKL keyboard. But let's just get straight into it. So I'm going to be benchmarking a bunch of games. So I'm going to be benchmarking them based off like how many keys I'm going to press. So I'm going to be doing Minecraft competitively. So I'll be doing like Bedrock, so basic stuff. I will be doing Quake 2, and I'll be doing Risk of Rain 2, because I've not got many games installed on this PC. Well, laptop, which will be my next review. So anyways, peace out, and enjoy the little gameplay. So with this keyboard, there is a lot of issues, such as like not having a USB-C cable. It's just like wired, so you can't switch wires, which in my opinion is quite a bit of an issue. Length of the keyboard wire as well isn't too bad. The USB-C is quite nice, and the delay is not too bad, but this is considering that I am using a custom keyboard, so it is quite noticeable. But still, the keyboard itself is really loud and it's not hot swappable, and I actually broke a key because of that. It still functions, it's a bit damaged with the switch. So yeah, also it did come with a few things such as 2 keycap pullers, which was quite nice. However, it was the cheap ones which do damage your keycaps, so I just ended up pulling them using my hands because I do prefer my keycaps not to be scratched. Jesus, my English sucks. But anyways, another thing about this keyboard is that I do like the fact that they did give some keycaps. However, they didn't give like all of them, which is fine, but I'm glad they did give some, because I do like the spacebar being red, I do like the escape one being black, red or black, I don't mind. And there are just a few others that I do like being red, so yeah. There was also the WASD, which was red as well, which I did like. And let's talk about the gameplay as well, because I am playing Minecraft. As you can see, I am doing competitive. Well, I say competitive, I'm just doing duels. So I class as competitive because I used to do a lot of duels back then. But with this keyboard, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best when it came to duels, because I did receive a lot of issues, because when I was moving around, it did feel slightly delayed. And another thing as well is it felt like my mouse was flicking, and I've never had this issue towards like anything. So I don't know if this was the keyboard's doing or what, but I did receive a lot of issues. It could just be terrible Wi-Fi, and it was just really unlucky, but I did receive a lot of issues regarding the just mouse flicking, and I found that to be really weird considering I've not experienced that issue ever with the mouse. So I'm not sure if the keyboard had something to do with it or what. I don't know. But anyways, when pressing multiple keys as well, it's not really a good feeling, because it feels like some stuff just isn't being pressed. So I don't know why that is. The keyboard, how it's designed, the feel is quite nice. It doesn't have that cheap feeling like a membrane keyboard does. So it has got quite a nice feeling to it. It feels nice, it feels good, and I do feel like with the keycaps I could just use them. However, there is sometimes where I just do feel like it's not that good with build quality, but in the long run, when I was using it, it did feel quite nice and it didn't really bother me as much. Now, another thing I do like to say is the fact that this keyboard does have bumps on the back, feet. I can't believe I just said bumps. But yeah, the keyboard does have bumps on the back, which I did really like. And unlike this keyboard, my custom keyboard, the other one had bumps, which I said it again. But no, the keyboard had feet, which is what I really like, because my custom keyboard doesn't have feet, and it doesn't really bother me that much, but it is just quite nice to just test out having feet. So, anyways, another thing as well that I do want to mention about this keyboard is that, like I said previously, it's not hot swappable, whereas I thought it was. Now, because the keyboard's not hot swappable, I couldn't really switch them out for different switches, so I won't be using this keyboard as much, so I won't be giving like a 1-year review or anything like that. However, the one thing that I do not really mind that much when it comes to the keyboard is the fact that I like the design, and I don't know, it's just something about the design that I just really like black and grey I did like a lot, and they did come with a bunch of designs, along with a few extra bits as well. Like, they came in like all sorts of colours, which I did quite like. So there was this pink one, there was this brown and grey one, there was just all sorts. So I think this mainly is targeted towards kids, because it's just like a cheap budget keyboard that you can play on Minecraft with, and I think that's what it's mainly targeted towards, because I don't really see like many people picking this up due to its just terrible price, and also the fact is you can find much better keyboards for this for like 20 quid, like $20, £20. And not only that, but the keyboard as well, it's I don't really know what else to say about the keyboard. Shoot. Nothing. It's okay. There's not really much to it. Like, there's no RGB, which to some people that might bother a lot, but to me, I don't really care that much. But yeah, there was just no RGB, so that's fine. That's the thing. Overall, do I recommend this keyboard? The answer to that is no, because when pressing multiple keys, so if you're doing competitive stuff, it does feel quite delayed, and that's coming from me who's used a custom keyboard. So yeah, I wouldn't really suggest just getting this keyboard. Instead, I would recommend these keyboards up on screen. And if you have like more money to spare, I would recommend the CIY X77, because even though it's about anywhere between £40 to £60 or dollars, it's still a good keyboard, because you get not only USB-C and hot swappable, but you get a much better design. You get a metal topping, or metal plating on top. You get a bunch of stuff. You get nice red switches, or brown switches, or blue switches. and they feel really nice, really premium. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, if you have any video suggestions, just let me know down in the comments. So, yeah, that's the end of the video, so enjoy, and have a great day. Anyways, peace out.